So I want to add a couple more tools to our toolbox for you to be able to tell me if a triangle is congruent. If you did Monday and Tuesday's assignments for side, 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 and side angle side, this is just a real easy add-on. If you haven't done those yet, I would encourage you to go back and at least take a look at them, even if it's too late for you to actually do it for credit. But if you understand what's happening with side, 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 and side angle side, how the pictures are marked, what you're looking for, these are pretty easy just to tack on. What you're looking for with the abbreviations, I think this is pretty obvious for ASA. You're looking for an angle, a side, and an angle. Specifically, you're looking for two angles to be marked, and then the side physically between those two angles to be marked in each triangle. And then angle, angle, side, same thing, two angles, but the side this time is not in between the angles. And we'll get into that here in just a second with an example. But that's what you're looking for in the picture, two angles and a side. So for the angle side angle congruence, you need to have either two angles marked or two angles that you know to be congruent in each triangle, and the side that is physically between those two marked angles. So although in this one, the right angle here at C is not marked, because of the vertical angles, you know those two to be congruent. So I would encourage you to, I realize that you don't have pencil and paper to actually mark these, but be on the lookout for things that aren't marked in the picture that could be, specifically if the triangles are touching. If they share a corner like this, you're going to have vertical angles every single time. Or if they share a side, you're going to have a congruent side the same in each triangle. So I've got, I'm going to move my picture here to kind of illustrate a little bit better what's going on. I have an angle marked here in the corner. I have another angle marked here in this corner, and I've got the side physically between those two angles. And then in the other triangle, I've got the second angle here, an angle here, and then again a side in between them. I've got three pieces in each triangle. It's not a rule, but it's generally like a set of three pieces that you have to have for these to work. So these two triangles here are congruent by angle, side, angle. Okay. The next one is angle, angle, side. Again, I've got a pair of vertical angles here at H that aren't marked, so be on the lookout for those. With this one, of the four that we've done, Monday, Tuesdays, and then angle, angle, side, angle again today, I think this is the trickiest one because you could have the marked side not correspond. The way this is here, these are congruent by angle, angle, side, but just suppose if I had changed, let's say this marking wasn't here. Let's say I put that red mark to show that the sides were the same. If I put that, say, here. Now, if you look, you're going to have the same three pieces of information in each triangle, but the side that's marked doesn't correspond. If you look FH, this side here, this segment that's marked here is coming off of the angle that's marked with two lines, whereas in the other triangle, it's coming off the segment that's marked, the angle that's marked with one line. So although quick glance, it might look like they have the same pieces of information, one of the big things with congruent triangles is that everything has to correspond. If it doesn't match up in position, it's not congruent. Okay, so like I said, we've added two more pieces to this. It's not changing anything. It's just giving you two more tools. There are a total of four, so this is basically it as far as these congruence reasons go. You're looking for just today. I'm just giving you the two new ones today. We'll bring the other two back in on Friday. But I'm looking for either angle, side, angle, or angle, angle, side. So again, I mean, like I said, if you had a pencil and paper, this might be a little bit easier because you can kind of write on it and mark it. But I'm looking for an angle, a side, and another angle directly opposite the side. So I've got the same setup in this triangle here. Right, angle, side, angle. So these are congruent by angle, side, angle. And if I take a look at this next one, again, I'm real big on marking the pictures with any information that you can. If it's not there, but you know it to be true, you can mark it because you know it's true. Now, if you look at this one again, real quick glance, you might say, oh, those are congruent. But here, this angle is in between the two sides, but here your angle is not in between the two sides. for what we're doing, these are actually not congruent, or you don't at least have the right information. Okay, same thing happens on this one. If you look, I've got a side, and an angle, but over here, I've got the same two sides, but look where the angle's at. It's off to the side, it's not in between the sides. So again, we're gonna say these are not congruent, or at least we don't have the right information. And then the last one here, oh, sorry, I've got one more after this. Again, I've got information that I can add to it because I know vertical angles are always congruent. So this one's gonna give me an angle, side, angle, congruence. And then the last one for today, again, they share a side. That slanted side is physically the same length in each triangle. So I know in each triangle I've got an angle. Whoops. I've got an angle. And then I've got the side between the two angles that I know. Okay? I'm really wanting you to learn how to read these pictures. Okay, there's not a whole lot of math per se to do in these. You don't have to solve any equations. You don't have to set anything up. You just need to know how to look at them and tell what's going on.